Konnichiwa, I am Jerk, and this is the big show. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing? You're doing well? That's great to hear. Oh, me? I sound a little hungover? Well, that's because I am. But fear not, my producer has given me an IV drip of coffee straight into the veins, so we should be feeling just fine very soon. Yeah, it turns out one positive from everything going on in the world right now is my tolerance has fallen off a cliff, so I'm a pretty cheap date. Alright, enough of that. Let's get to the program. Tonight, we have a newcomer to the scene as our guest star of this video, a premium tier 4 Japanese cruiser, the Massachusetts Campaign Consolation Prize. Give it up for Yahagi. Yahagi, like many of the low-tier Japanese cruisers, is a fierce but fragile fighter. It's got 12-kilometer torps, sonar, a plane, and it's made out of origami paper. Or maybe cherry blossoms, because just about anything can do major damage to this ship so long as you're using AP. That's some foreshadowing there. Is it the strongest tier 4 ship? No. Is it a fun tier 4 ship? Yes. So, if it should ever make another appearance and you like how Japanese cruisers play, you may want to pick it up, but you also shouldn't suffer from FOMO right now, because it isn't really that strong. Let's get the commander up on the big screen, and no surprises here, my standard Azure Lane Toggle build. And I don't have the modules up there because this ship only has one, and on mine it is the aiming systems mod. We've got a Svetlana creeping around, and they dodge my torps, but they don't dodge my shells. Picking up a Citadel there. And had we gotten this ship, well, this would be a Kraken and a Solo Warrior, but as it is, someone else secures that one, so no luck. Oh, look at those long-range torps. That's why you do it. So, anyway, we are back on Estuary, and I got B-Spawn, and longtime viewers will immediately know a couple things from that. One, I really like this map, and two, B-Spawn is the best spawn for every map, because contrary to what others may say, in my world, you do not abandon your spawn to go to a flank. You stay where you are, and with B, we get access to everyone. Now, this ship is a fragile threat of a cruiser, so I immediately push towards that center island to be able to have cover and drop spot when I need to. We saw me send out those long-range torps because you never know. And in that case, you never did know, and we got one there. So I've got good access to the ships on the west, and I've got good access to ships on the east. And for hunting Krakens, we need lots of targets. So I'm going to dump more of these long-range torps out here and try to reposition a little bit, because I do not want to be targeted by that New York. And you can see I've got intuitive on, so I know when people are targeting me. So I'm just going to drop those torps and change directions and try and get engaged with this Dene. Oh, destroyer pops up. You gotta take a shot at that, even if you have AP loaded. Now, one of the nice things about the Dene when you're fighting one is that its armor is made of crepes. So even my Japanese AP should be able to make a relatively short work of this ship. I had the AP loaded, but they were angled, so I switched to HE, and as always seems to be the case, as soon as I do that, they go broadside. So I switch back to AP, and they're gone. If we take a quick look at the mini-map, we can assess the situation. The blue team has won the West, and red looks like they will be winning the East. And while the teams are even at this very moment, Well, they were. The red team's edge was with destroyers, and our battleship was surrounded by hungry sharks. Sharks with black eyes like a doll's eyes. So it would stand to reason that the red force will push C. So I'm headed back that way to try and reinforce. While one of our ships goes to Cap B, and our destroyer comes back to C as well. And that whole sequence right there is the setup that will be needed for this solo warrior to happen. We need those cap points, and we need the destroyer support to spot. So those two ships get the Taco Bell play of the game. But since I can't show them on camera, and doing a slow-mo replay of them doing as such would be excruciatingly boring, we'll just have to skip that for now. I'm circling around the top, and I spot our last battleship going on a suicide run, so I suggest they get back. But you know, it's tier 4. This is where and how people learn from their mistakes, or maybe they just felt like YOLOing, so people can play how they want. And again, had they stayed alive, well, I wouldn't be getting this coveted medal in the end. No more battleship. And I may be full health, but they have an Arkansas which can dev strike this ship easily. Not to mention the torpedo threats and whatever the cruiser is. So I've got to act pretty quickly here if I want to have any chance. So your first temptation may be to kite away and try to fire from long range, but that is a recipe for disaster. My destroyer can't go up against these ships solo, so I have to support it. And trying to hit red destroyers from range is a difficult task. That's why I don't like battleships sitting at the back of the map either. If you're in a battleship and there's a friendly destroyer scouting in front of you, at most 2 squares back. So my plan here is to use that island in front of me as cover and close the distance as quickly as possible. If we can get rid of these destroyers, and if our other cruiser stays alive, that should be enough for a win. But that is a lot of ifs. Well, that carefully calculated and constructed plan immediately goes out the window as our friendly Phoenix is sunk. So I'm going to drop some Hail Mary torpedoes on the edge of the island just in case they come around. And considering I'm spotted, I had better be ready for incoming shells and dodge those, because oh my goodness, that could have been the end of me. This ship is that fragile. Now, whether intentional or not, nice work by this Clemson for dropping smoke. And I was afraid that they were actually going to continue to sit in here, but they in fact leave to go spot, which is also very important. They continue their way around the island to engage those red destroyers, and I'm going to pop my plane because I want to keep them spotted after they start shooting in case things go south. So I'm looping back towards this island again to close the distance and use it for cover. So what else is out there? What info can we glean? Well, there's the Arkansas, and oh my gosh, it's full health. We might as well get a shot out and do a little something to it. Our friendly Clemson does what it can, which, considering their health, isn't much. But it is enough. It lets me get off one salvo, start a fire, and keeps me hidden with their smoke, which I'm making my way to now. And I may as well use it to spot these destroyers and the torps that I'm sure that will be coming. I hit my sonar, and we get to spot that V-170 early. And now, hold on to your butts, as it is time to dodge some torps and finish this guy off. It's not quite as hard to hit as the V-25, but the V-170 is pretty small too. But we get him. And fortunately, that other destroyer is going to come around the corner too. And this is why I'm using this island. That Arkansas can't. Okay. The Arkansas can't shoot me, but the cruiser can. So I need to try and get rid of this destroyer as fast as possible before changing direction. I'm assuming... Why aren't they shooting me with torps? Ah, there they are. Well, time for late game heroics. Now, I know I said the Danae armor was made of crepes, but what about this ship? I won't even try to pronounce it because I know you will all murder me in the comments. Especially with the cosmopolitan viewership that we have on this channel. But they're broadside, so I've got AP. But even this Japanese AP is just overpinning and overpinning. And there's some torps I'm going to have to dodge. I probably just should have switched to HE. But I was certain that sooner or later I would hit that citadel. But I just cannot. Plus there's those incessant torpedoes to keep dodging. Maybe this one? No, still overpins. Well, I only have one last Hail Mary, so let's drop these torps. But I mean, surely they will dodge them, right? No, they don't. Well, surely this Arkansas is going to blap me with its next salvo. Okay, surely, stop calling me Shirley, but surely they're going to switch over to AP. Why are they shooting HE? If they had been shooting AP, I would have long been dead. Especially when I see a premium ship, I expect, perhaps foolishly, that the captain of that ship will know somewhat what they're doing. Like using AP on a very light cruiser, but they don't switch. And there was a very wise philosopher who once said, you've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. And in this ship, that is the time to do it. Look at that, 2,301 health. And because of the actions of our Phoenix and our destroyer, we got that cap, and they spotted those other ships, so we are going to just get the win here. And it's tempting to try and shoot this Arkansas, but I am not that foolish. I want the solo warrior. I mean, I want that Kraken too, but not at any cost. I already have 192 of those, whereas this will be my precious 13th solo warrior. I mean, first and foremost, the win, which correlates to the solo warrior. But speaking of Krakens, while we ride this game out, I'll mention I did a cameo on Bringer's stream last night, doing a little drunk driving and drove into an island, but in the process I also picked up our first on-stream Kraken and Le Fantasque, so I will probably post that tomorrow, as I am happy to get into some ships other than battleships for a bit. Except I still want to get one more in the Yahagi before 200, but we'll see if that happens. And the scoreboard is going to hit 1,000. So that's going to wrap it up for this game. Let's look at the scoreboard. 2,357 XP, which in Tier 4 is a very good game. Now let's give the cast of this video their acknowledgement. Nice work, Blue Team. GG, Red Team. That's it, folks. Questions, comments, hangover remedies, down in the comments, please. Like if Bell's Too Hearted Ale isn't just about the best beer. Dislike if you prefer natural light ice. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to take a nap, and then we can talk soon.